Hello, Loveland. I'm Mike Meldon, and this is your Loveland Weekly Podcast, brought to you by Gina Dubell-Smith, eXp Realty, and Stone Pillars Farm. This week, I received an email from a friend of mine, Gary Giver, who is, if you know Gary, nicest guy, asked me to publicize something about an event he has coming up at the Loveland Stage Company. Gary has done a lot of work with the Loveland Stage Company, has helped me out throughout the years and when I needed to use it for my organization. And of course I was going to do this favor for him because he's also trying to get touring musicians to come through town and use the space, which is just an awesome idea. But when he told me the band name, I realized, okay, I'm going to share this information, but I also want to dig in a little bit more because I've seen this band is a local band and I know a couple of the members. And so I thought, all right, let's get a little bit more publicity out for the band itself and the event that's coming up. So today you're going to hear my conversation with Mikal, and we're going to hear the story of how he got into music and how this band came along, and I think it's a phenomenal story. And then a really cool aspect of Astrovan is that if you are an FC Cincinnati fan, as he is, and a couple other members of the band, you will know the song that they play, a 3-point night at the end of every home game win, is their song. Really cool story behind that too. So sit back, relax, listen to this great story of a local band that hopefully we can all rally around and give support and go out and see whenever they're close. Enjoy.
So Mikal Crist, right? I'm from Fairfield originally, so a little down the ways from Loveland. Grew up in a house listening to a lot of music. Dad was super into the band and the Beatles, so listened to a lot of it. Went to like the oldies fest back in the day. Yeah, and I always loved that. I loved like my mom listens to Motown, so listened to a lot of that. But was really like an athlete, all through school. And then I got like the inkling, like I was like, I feel like I can sing pretty well, like just singing in my bedroom and in the shower and stuff. So I was like, I want to try out for a choir. And we didn't have like in Fairfield, we had a choir, but it wasn't like anything other than just like the class you went to choir. But I wanted to do something like outside of school. So I was like, I'm going to try out for show choir. Okay. So I did, and that was like the 7th grade, I think, 7th or 8th grade. Nice. And I got in, and I loved it. And then from there, it was like I started doing musical theater, did Guys and Dolls, did a few different other musicals at Fairfield High School, stayed in show choir all the way through graduation. And
I'm just curious, what years did you go to Fairfield High School?
So I graduated in 2001.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, great.
Yes. So 99 through 2001 or 98, 2000, something like that. But yeah, so that was like, I was super into show choir, singing, dancing, performing. And then one day, like, I can't remember what year it was in high school, but a buddy of mine showed me the band Cream, like Eric Clapton.
Right.
Yeah, and the song White Room. And I heard like that style of like old music, not like the band or the Beatles, but like just ripping guitars, ripping drums, like, and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. Sure. This is what, so I just totally just changed my path, grabbed a guitar, taught myself how to play, moved to North Carolina because I wanted to live out at the beach, and just started busking, playing out at the beach, playing out at the river, Cape Fear River in Wilmington, North Carolina. Yeah.
That was so what that's what took you down there, is just saying, hey, I want to get out here and kind of just go to the beach and do music?
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
I graduated high school with plans. Me and my buddy Dan, we were going to move out. Like, as soon as we get out of high school, it's the only place I'd ever been. Like, I'd only ever been to Wilmington, North Carolina. It's the only beach I'd ever been to. It's the only one I knew. So I was like, that's the one I'm going to, right?
That's awesome.
So my buddy unforeseen circumstances couldn't go. So I was like, well, I mean, the car's packed up. I'm just going to go. So I just moved out there by myself to pursue music, and quickly found that there were so many musicians in the beach towns. Like, one thing led to another, and I was in a band.
Okay, wow. What was the name of that band?
Fourth and Dock.
Okay.
And we were like, we played all over. We played the colleges. Things went really well for us for quite some time. And as we started, recording, putting music out, and getting on the radio, we decided to move to Los Angeles and try. Instead of being like the big fish in a small pond, we were like, we want to be a big out in the ocean. You know what I mean?
Right. That's awesome.
Like, let's go to LA. That's where it's supposed to be. And
So did you go?
No, we went to LA for sure. We spent like 5.5 years out there trying. But music, I mean, tough. You know what I mean? Like, it was hundreds, if not thousands of bands.
Sure.
All trying to play the same venues. People who grew up there, that were in the music scene for 10 years before we even got there.
Right.
With those same cats. And yeah, it was wild. It was a wild journey.
So what was the name of the band there?
That was Fourth and Dock.
Oh, it was the same one. So you guys went up there.
There.
Gotcha. The whole band. That's
we all left
very
North
cool.
Carolina, moved to California.
All right. So then you're there, and then you move back.
Yeah, it was like, going nowhere fast. I mean, we had like successes here and there, but it was pretty obvious to me that maybe it wasn't gonna happen, and the struggle was real. You know what I mean? Like, the no money, overdraft fees,
Sure.
Eating ramen, picking avocados off the trees.
Jeez.
It was real. It was real. And I was married. My wife and I have been together almost 20 years.
Oh,
and
wow.
So, like, yeah, we were married. We were out there. We were doing it. And she was like just so supportive. She was like working awesome, like working hard to make the money that I wasn't making playing music, like supporting us, like impossible without her,
Yeah.
And we just kind of came to a agreement, like, it's not happening. Maybe we should try to move on,
Right. So what made you come to Loveland then when you moved back to Ohio?
So we moved back to like Fairfield, Lindenwold area.
All right.
Originally. So we had to move back in with my parents.
Okay.
And this was like, when 2012, 2011. I don't know the dates specifically. But we got back, and we were living there. We moved to Pleasant Ridge for a while. We moved to Silverton for a while. And then we found out my wife was pregnant with our daughter, Stella.
Nice. Yep.
And we were like, you know what? We should move back to North Carolina. Like, we want to raise our daughter. Like, we're adults. We can go anywhere we want to go.
Right.
So let's move back to the beach. Let's raise surfing and boating and doing like all the things that we like to do. Let's do it. And before we went, we were with our best friends, Max and Steffi, and they were like, hey, we should go down to the Loveland Bike Trail and go cycling, get out. And we had never been. Honestly, I don't even know if I remember ever even hearing of Loveland when I was in high school, We didn't have like internet or anything
Sure.
to be like knowing what all was going on. And we came and we saw like 6 or 8, like, I don't know, between the ages of like 10 and 15-year-old kids, like going off rope swings out into the river,
Yep.
like skipping rocks, jumping out of trees, kayaking. And we were like, hold on, there's like a gym here, like there's like that water life is here. It's just different,
Yes.
It's not sailing and surfing, but it's like kayaking and rope swings and that kind of,
Exactly.
almost more wholesome in a way.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And what really sold it was just like Loveland schools, honestly, were so amazing. And when we were in North Carolina, we were quickly finding out, like, no shade on the South because we both love it so much. My wife's from North Carolina, but as far as schooling goes, like elementary level, high school, etc. Ohio was just crushing it. And
we do.
It was amazing,
Right. Yeah, that was my thing. I moved here because my dad wanted to move. We grew up on the west side. My dad wanted to live on the bike trail because he loved it so much. But I didn't know anything about the water or the river, anything like that, same as you. And then I get here and I'm like, oh, and the only kayaking I had done is when I'm on the west side, you go down the Whitewater River and it's just 1,000 people every weekend and crushing beers, which was
Yeah.
awesome, was great. Don't get me wrong at that age,
The
but
classic
then
brew.
yes, exactly. But when you came here, and I'm like, oh wait, I can have my own kayak and come out here whenever I want. That's exactly my first love for Loveland was all around the river too. It was, when the kids were little, we'd go down every weekend to the riverbanks and, like you said, go swimming, fishing, throwing rocks, going off the rope swing down there. And but yeah, that's funny that was kind of like your connection too. I felt that. That's what we were. So now
Yeah, just,
you're here. You've been here for a while.
yeah.
Your family's been very involved. I know them through working with Love Our Land. You guys volunteering, and then you got Stella and her Stella Knows, and I'll put a link up to that. Maybe we can talk to her one day and put her on the podcast.
Oh, she would love that. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We'll do that.
she's
But
she's getting ready to do and she's getting ready to film an episode on this monkey rescue. There's a lady out in Moscow um, that takes in like when people buy pet monkeys and they
yeah.
can't keep them anymore. She's like got a property where she has like all these monkeys.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Well, then we'll get in touch again, and we'll come back around and grab her for that one, so we can publicize that one. So now, when you're back here, what about music? Are you doing anything when you move back to Loveland?
So my wife and I, Jamie, we had like a small folk band called Possum and the Peach,
Oh, cool.
and I played acoustic guitar. She played drums. She still plays drums. We wrote a few songs, played a couple shows, and then it just kind of fizzled out. Like it
Hmm.
was like it wasn't exciting to us anymore. We had done it. We had pursued that dream, and it was kind of like let's just next chapter. Let's uh let's focus on other aspects of life, and still listen to music a lot. Went to a lot of concerts. We go to music festivals still every year.
Nice.
We never to our festivals during the season. We love it. But yeah, I went solid, man, I don't know, probably like a decade without playing music or
Wow.
making music.
Huh.
Yeah.
Gee. So what sparked you back? What pulled you back in and getting Astrovan together?
Stella, of course,
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, she was dancing at this spot called Planet Dance Cincinnati, like Walnut Hills, and they were putting on a Christmas show called the Hollapalooza, and they were having issues because they had a music supervisor drop out, and they were like, "Hey, we have like limited amount of time to put the music together for the show." And I kind of just overheard owners, Missy and Andrew, talking like in the background while I was watching Stella dance, and I thought, I've never been a music supervisor, but like I know so much about music,
Right.
like I could do that. So I just stuck my head in and was like, I'm a music supervisor. It's kind of like little white lie, but like,
Yeah.
just kind of like, and they're like, really? Like, do you have any examples of your music? And I had the music from Possum and the Peach and the music from Fourth and Dock. And I was like, yeah. So I sent them some music. They loved it. And without like any further conversation, they just rolled the dice. They're like, cool, show's in your hands. Let's pick out some music. We'll start choreographing dances. We need a band to perform live. And I like realized I'd bitten off like a little more than I
That's awesome.
should. So I started like searching around, like who do I know that plays music? And my daughter Stella is best friends with this little girl Mia, and we love her parents. Like they're like, I mean, salt of the earth. They're like some of our best friends, if not our best friends. And I didn't know that her dad played bass. Like her dad Steve. I had no clue. Him and I were just buddies. We saw each other when the girls played. We always loved each other's company, but it wasn't like other than when the kids saw each other.
Right. Yep.
Um, so I found out he played bass, and then in the meantime, Jamie works at Hometown Cafe down in Loveland,
Right.
and she had run into a guy that was like, said like, yeah, I used to go to Fairfield High School, and Jamie said, well, my husband went to Fairfield High School, and then come to find out that it was Jacob Scheidler, and him and I knew each other in high school, and he was a drummer in like all these punk bands in high
That's
school.
awesome. Very
So
cool.
then I was like, okay, so I reach out to him. I reach out to Mia's dad, Steve, and I'm like, I got this show. They're like, cool, yeah, we'd love to play some music. I'm like, okay, caveat, it's a sold out show at the Aronoff.
That's nuts. That is
And it's
nuts.
our first, and they hadn't been in band since high school.
Oh
And
my
like, I
gosh.
think Steve's in his like 37 or 38, so he's probably like 35 at the time.
Oh,
Jacob was getting ready to turn 40. So it'd been years, like 20 years since some of us had been in bands. And I was like, so what do you think? And they're like,
oh, that's nuts. Yeah, that's nuts.
let's do it.
Well, good. That's great.
Yeah. Which speaks to how awesome they are, right? Like that they're
Yeah.
like,
Hey, take on that. Yeah,
okay.
take it on. That's phenomenal. I was in a band in high school. I was in a band, same type rock. We played Pearl Jam and The Doors and all that kind of stuff. I could not imagine if somebody, actually, people did ask if we were going to start a band here, at, a year or two. I go, well, yeah, but we got to have a thing where we promise that we're not going to play out for at least 2 years. So to say that, oh, our first gig is coming up soon, and to play at the Aronoff at a sold out show, I handed to him because, yeah, I would have said, sorry, guys. I do not have that much confidence. That's nuts.
It was wild. And I mean, and honestly, so we had the help of, so a friend of mine through like just years of like when I got here, just meeting buddies that went to shows. And I met this guy, Jason Lewis, and he was like a Full Sail graduate in audio engineering. He'd worked for Disney
Oh,
doing
wow.
like audio production and stuff, and was just this phenomenal musician, plays like so many different instruments. And he was now doing like cybersecurity stuff.
Uh,
And but still doing music. Like
right.
he does scores for movies, independent
Oh,
films.
wow.
Like he's a phenom, right? So it was the three of us, me, Jacob, and Steve. But we had Jason, like, and he was like, okay, this is how, like, this is the schedule. This is how when we need to practice. These are what songs you guys should be learning. Uh, he was putting together like background tracks for the parts that we couldn't yet
Oh, that's
play.
nice. Yeah.
So we really, I mean,
All
we
coming
were
together. Sounds like it's
on
all coming together.
for that first one, yeah.
So then you got a new member not long after, right?
Yeah. We did the Crushing It like the second year of the show at Loveland Stage Company.
Oh, okay.
Um, I had met Gina. I had auditioned for Curtains. This was actually before I had started doing the music, which I guess is really kind of the origin story of how I got back into music. Is I was like, there's a local theater,
Yeah.
and I hadn't done musical theater since my senior year of high school. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. And I met Jenna Schroeder,
Yep.
and her and I like clicked. It was like we had so much fun out at Curtains rehearsals, and this first 2 weeks, like getting back into it, learning how to dance and sing. And then my job was like, hey, we're switching you to afternoon shifts, and I had to drop out of the music.
Oh, that stinks. Wow.
And it was like, right? But like, I was like, oh God, I can't believe this. But then she reached out and was like, hey, we're doing this variety show, Crushing It. You should come out and do a song. And I was like, well, I'm in this band. We would love to do it. She's like, you guys are in. Like, come audition for me and Justin. We auditioned for them. They picked us to do a couple songs, and we played and loved it.
And that was last February, right?
Well, that was like 3 Februarys
Oh,
ago
3.
now.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I didn't know you were.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I guess, yeah, 3 February. I think this was the fourth Crushing It.
Okay.
It was Crushing It 2 that we did our first, like we just played one song, I think, one or two songs.
Gotcha.
And they were covered songs. We just played covers tunes. But afterwards, we were talking to Jenna, and we were just saying how bad we wanted like a piano player. We were like, I just feel like it'd be so cool to have a pianist or like a lead guitar player that could like, add some flourishes, like make the music sound prettier instead of just us banging on chords.
Right.
And she was like, my husband plays piano and guitar. And so we asked him to be in the band, like sight unseen, like, yeah, we should tell him we want him. And he was like, I don't know.
I
Like,
could see that. I could see that. Yeah.
it's like a bit much, you know, like, oh my God, you guys, he had just seen us perform. He thought we were great. Uh, and so he's like, I don't feel like I'm like up to snuff. I don't want to,
Mhm.
like, I haven't played in so long. So he took like a year and was just like jamming by himself,
Oh, good.
relearning the guitar, playing the piano, which we didn't know. We just kept like throwing the hook out, you know,
Right, right.
throwing the bait out, and being like, "You sure you don't want to play? You don't
He was
want to
doing
play?"
my method. Give me a year at least.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And then yeah, luckily for us, he finally agreed to join the band. He's a fourth member now, so
That's phenomenal.
it's great.
When did he officially come on? How long ago was that?
Somebody just asked me this, and I don't even know if I know. To be honest, like it feels like he's always been in the band, you know, because
Yeah,
he's just
just
like
mesh.
one
Yep.
of the dads, you
Yep.
know, like we're
Yep.
all girl dads, so it's just like he's just one of the guys, you know. He just
Right.
stepped in and was like, "Yep, well, I'm your guys' age. I have kids your guys' age and
Yep.
older, you know, like." But I maybe a year.
Okay. Gotcha. So
Yeah.
where do you guys, let's talk about, so where do you guys play out? Where can people catch you?
So we play our first show was last October, I want to
Okay.
say.
All right.
It was at Mad Tree, which we got just an amazing opportunity, which I can like, you know, go down that route.
Sure. If you, yeah, go
What
ahead.
I mean, I don't know what, but we played Mad Tree, which was amazing. It was like a headlining gig, our first show of like our actual own music, and they were like, "Yeah, it's your play an hour. We'll bring in a sound guy," and it was really cool. Brady, the owner of Mad Tree, has just been a fan and a friend of the band since the inception. So like he was like, "Your guys' music's great. I want to support it. So I'll hire a sound guy. We'll put together a show. We'll promote it." And he just let us put on a show out of Mad Tree.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we owe a lot to those guys, man. Like
Those are
they've
the things that you need to, those are things that need to happen though, right? I mean, those are those little connections and things you may not expect. And, you know, especially when you're good, when you get a fan like that, that can try to help you out. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, not unlike honestly, like Love Our Land, right? Like you guys, when you guys were you know doing things and you
Yeah.
put on these great events,
Yep.
great people come out to them,
That's what
right?
it is. You're
And you
exactly
meet
right.
new people that have new skills that can help
Hmm.
that thing.
Yep. Help it
I mean,
grow.
yeah, I know we love it.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So we got an event coming up.
We do. This is a big one, man. We're real excited. It's
Tell me about
April
that.
11th. Yeah. So, again, fishing. I'll tell you what, if before I talk about the show,
Yeah.
I want to tell you how it like transpired,
Tell
right?
me.
Like the
Yeah.
lead up to it.
Let's do that.
Because I feel like I'm like not divulging an entire chunk of what kind of the band's identity currently is.
Okay.
Uh, I'm a huge FC Cincinnati fan, so is Eric.
Okay.
Um, we're huge soccer fans.
Yeah.
I
My
like,
son and Eric's son play on the same.
oh, great. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've like hung out with the both of them at matches, like not
Gotcha.
your son, but you know,
Yeah.
Eric and his son. Um, and so I was at work and I was like, so I went to every single home game when they were in the USL. Like
Oh,
I've never
wow. So
missed a
you've been a
game. Like
fan. Okay. Gotcha.
yeah, out at Nippert, like I loved it. And then when we came to the MLS, I just like, and I mean, no qualms. Like I love everybody with FC Cincinnati, but I felt like it was so weird that the song that played after they won was Mr. Brightside by the Killers
Right.
because it just had no attachment to the city in any way.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have any attachment to football. It doesn't sound like a football tune. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just like a pop song, you know. And I was like, a real victory anthem's got to be like rock, punk rock. Like it's got to like really get the like energy going. It needs to be from the city, about the city. So at work one day on top of my toolbox, I wrote a song for FC Cincinnati.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, I want to write this tune. It's called 3 Point Night. I wrote this thing beginning to end, just sitting there in my toolbox. Like just
That's
like
awesome.
swept over me. Uh, and showed it to the guys. They loved it. they were like, we should record this song and send it to FC Cincinnati. So we're like, all right. So we scheduled some time to record it. In the meantime, Jacob, he owns a construction company here in Loveland called Haywood Construction.
Okay.
They were working with Brady, the owner of Mad Tree at the time, on, I don't know if it was an addition or they were doing some kind of work for him. And he was over there talking to Brady, going over design, things like that. And he said, I actually got to get out of here. I have a hard out at 5 o'clock because I'm going in the studio to record with my band. And Brady, kind of chuckled, was like, oh, what are you guys doing? He said, we're recording a song that we wrote for FC Cincinnati. And Brady said, you're kidding me. We just made this vodka seltzer called Sway, and we're making an orange and blue version for FC Cincinnati that's going to be sold in the stadium.
Wow.
We're having issues licensing songs.
No way.
Like advertisements.
This is what I'm talking about. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, like, Mad Tree and Brady have done so much for us, man. But they were like, would you let us hear the song? He like showed him like a little rough, like, acoustic guitar version that I'd recorded on my phone, like voice memo. And he's like, I love it when you guys get the recording done. Send it to me and I'll send it to my team. So we did. They loved it.
That's
and then immediately
phenomenal.
we're going to use it in advertisements. We're going to use it on our Instagram. So then once we had that, like a little bit of motion going with that, we sent the song to FC Cincinnati. We sent the song to DJ Time. We were like, look, we're working with Mad Tree. Songs about the city from people that are from Cincinnati that support the team. We think it'd be a great victory anthem. It's about winning a game. And DJ Primetime, bless his soul, just took a chance, man. One day, just after a win, he just spun the song for 25,000 people at the stadium.
Were you there?
We were there.
Oh, that's awesome.
He told us he was going to do it. So we reached out to Mad Tree. They gave us their tickets. So it was like us, all of our wives, all of our kids.
Oh, too cool.
We were all at the stadium together, and they played the song, and they've played it ever since.
They played every game since then?
Every home victory.
That's phenomenal. Wow.
I know.
That gives me goosebumps even just thinking about you and your family there, man. That's so neat.
Oh, man, it was insane. It was like, I can't even explain it,
Yeah,
right?
I bet.
But yeah, so, and then now Mad Tree has like a commercial like for Sway that plays before the player announcements. It's like a 30-second clip on the Jumbotron, and they used our song.
Oh,
So now
wow.
it plays at the beginning of every home match.
And
at
then
the
if
end
they
of
win.
home victory.
Wow. What is the meaning, 3-point night? I guess I can figure it out, but was
Well,
it a
so
certain
in
night or? Yeah.
soccer, football, they the table, if you win a game, you get 3 points. If you draw, you get 1.
Oh, I didn't even
Usually
think.
0.
Okay, that makes sense. So
So when you
3-point
win,
night
it's
is
a
a winner
3-point
night.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like so I grew up Chelsea, a huge Chelsea soccer fan, like a
Gotcha.
big supporter in the 90s. And just a 3-point night, it's just like a common, like, European or British term.
Right.
Like, oh, just another 3-point night, like, as a way of
Just
saying
another
you had a
win.
victory. Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, so that leads to us being like, we want to play this concert series. We saw the Gabbard Brothers play. We saw all these awesome bands play, or not the Gabbard Brothers, but the one Gabbard brother. And they were Loveland and Gary were putting on these awesome shows, and we were like, we should ask if we can do one,
Mm-hmm.
And Gary was like, nah.
No way.
Well, I mean, like, we were nobody, right? We had
Right.
like, these other guys have been selling records in
Yeah,
Cincinnati.
yeah, you're right. But
You know?
still, that's funny.
I mean, he was like, I'll keep your. He was obviously kind. He's like
Of
the
course,
best guy.
yes, right.
He's amazing. But he was just like, what?
We have
How
a
are you guys
reputation to
gonna promote the
protect here. Yeah,
show?
we don't know
Right,
you.
exactly.
Right.
But then this heat, man, it kept warming up with 3-point night, and things started happening, and now the song's been downloaded like over 12,000 times, and we have a new song out on Spotify called Need that's seen over 2,000 I think maybe a little less than 2,000 listens.
Nice. Great.
Another song has over 7,000. Like it just kept building, right? Like the
Yeah.
momentum kept building. And so we reached back out, and he was like, "Let's do it. You guys can headline the music series on April 11th of 2026." And we're like, "Sign us up." And he's like, "But I need to know, how are you selling tickets to this show?" He's like, "Gonna get 180 butts in seats." And we're like, "We'll do it. Whatever it takes. We'll figure it out."
Right.
Yeah.
So is it one night?
It's one night. It's one night. It's April 11th. It's Saturday night.
Okay.
It's the weekend after Easter, so hopefully everyone will be back in town, looking for something chill to do down in Loveland at the theater.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when the theater puts on a show, right, they have like the 180 seats, but then that's not the full capacity. They can add seats or take seats away.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically, we really wanted the area at the front of the stage open because, like, our big thing is family. Like,
Sure. Yeah.
family first, always, right? And at least my little girl, Stella, there's no way she's sitting still for 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Get up and dance.
She wants to dance, she wants to move. So we were like, let's leave the front wide open, make this show an all ages show, tell people, bring your kids with you, and don't worry about it. Like, let them get up. Let them get up
Right.
and run through the aisles. Let them go down front and dance and sing and have fun, because that's what music's all about.
I love it. I love that. Who else is playing?
Midlife Reverie,
Okay.
really cool duo. They play like it's like maybe like a folk style music. It's gonna be a brilliant opener, man. They're so good. They've played the Stage Company before,
Okay.
sold it out on their own,
Okay.
and then we're lucky enough to have them open up our show. So yeah.
Well, how often is he trying to do this? I love the idea of using the space. I've used the space for, showing the Frogman movie. And we're so lucky to have them, what they do with the Stage Company, all their plays. Bringing music into it, I think, is just something naturally that needed to occur. And I love that Gary's doing it. Do you know how often he's wanting to have these types of shows?
I don't know. I
No.
don't know.
I'll reach out to Gary.
I know that last summer there were 2 pretty
Yeah.
big shows.
Yep.
Maybe 3, but I can't confirm for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. So how can people get their tickets? And how can people grab their tickets?
Loveland Stage Company, go to their website, and there's a link to the tickets on the website.
Cool. I'll put a link here then too.
Yeah, great. We're on Instagram, Astrovan Music, and we have the link to tickets up on our site. If you use any kind of other ticketing things like bands in town, you just search for us, Astrovan, in all caps, and it's got our show dates, shows coming up, and how people can grab tickets.
Awesome. I'll put a link to all that stuff up there so people can find them easily. And I'm putting it in my calendar to take the family. Hopefully we're open that day. So this is just such a cool thing. And you guys, right, being here from Loveland, it makes it even better. So anything else you want to say to wrap up?
Sure, man. We love Loveland. Like, I know it seems kind of silly or
No, it
cliche.
doesn't. You're right.
The people are amazing. We just shot a music video that's up on YouTube for a song that we wrote called Hometown. That's just about like just coming home, forgiving your parents for anything that they've
In your
traumas
mind. Yes, exactly.
that
Right.
created in our own minds or actually happened to us. Loving them, forgiving ourselves, loving ourselves. And we Jimmy at Hometown Cafe let us record the music video in there.
Nice.
So we shot the song Hometown, recorded it at Hometown, and it's just about I don't know, just home, which Loveland, I've been so many places traveling, moving around, trying to find the spot that made me feel most at home. And Loveland's it. So I guess all I want to say is thank you to Loveland and all the people, and hopefully they'll come out to the show on April 11th and we can share that love together.
Loveland's own Railway Barbershop, right around the corner from Paxton's in downtown Loveland, is open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, this isn't your standard barbershop. It's a whole vibe.
Great music, local art, a pinball arcade, and even free beer while you wait. At Railway Barbershop, everyone is welcome. It's your hometown shop, comfortable, creative, and fun. And yes, all arcade games are free play. So book your next cut and use the code FROGMAN for $5 off. Limit 1 per customer. The Railway Barbershop. Make it your first choice for a quality cut at a place that's fun, unique, and special right here in Loveland.
Looking ahead in Loveland. This Saturday, March 7th, from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. is the Frogman Festival 4. That's right, it's back for the 4th year, celebrating the legend of the Frogman and other cryptids and legends in our region and beyond. They're going to have speakers and authors and storytellers and vendors and everything. I went last year. It's phenomenal. It's really, really cool place to go. And it's only one day this year, so make sure you check it out. And there's other events going with it. The Frogman movie that I show every year, or I host every year down at the Loveland Stage Company. The main actor from there, she's here she'll be at the event, but they're also showing the new movie, Frogman 2. And I can't, the name is escaped me right now, but there's tickets for that too, and that's going to be shown down in Eastgate. So cool event that we have here in Loveland, just getting bigger and better, so make sure you check it out. We have something truly special here in Loveland. Thank you for listening, and have a great week. This episode was produced and engineered by Mike Meldon right here in Loveland, and please note that the opinions expressed in the podcast do not necessarily represent the views of our founders, sponsors, newspaper, or organization. Thank you.